Rev your engines and fasten your seatbelts. It's time for Thunder Talk with Dan Bailey, keeping you up to date on everything going on this season at Mississippi Thunder Speedway. Thunder Talk is powered by Arcadia Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. Now, here's your host, Dan Bailey.
Hey, race fans, welcome to another edition of Thunder Talk. I'm Dan Bailey. We've got a great program coming up this Friday night at Mississippi Thunder Speedway. The Firecracker 40 will be the return of the DiscountShopTowels.com Dirt Kings Late Model Touring Series. And because of that big event this Friday, I am joined by the current point leader of this series, Nick Anvelink. Nick, welcome to Thunder Talk.
Thanks for having me on.
Sitting at the top of the heap. I know that we're kind of early in the 2021 season for the DiscountShopTowels.com Dirt Kings Late Model Touring Series, but it always feels nice to be at the top of the heap for a while, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's nice to, it's a little bit more relaxed when you're leading the point deal. We've been pretty fortunate all season. We've had a pretty good year so far, so we've been finishing up front and staying out of wrecks for the most part. So it's been a good year so far.
Started out the 2021 schedule, as a matter of fact, with a feature win on the tour. And as we look forward to this Friday night's program, I was looking back through your Dirt Kings Late Model Touring Series runs at Mississippi Thunder Speedway. You've had some good runs the first couple of nights you were there. Top 5 finish for you. Your thoughts coming into this Friday's program about how you're going to attack the track, what you think about the track with your number 15, etc.
Well, that track can be a little bit difficult sometimes, especially with our engine rules and stuff that we have. Some nights it can kind of favor the open motor a little bit if that top gets pretty fast around there. But I've seen a couple of Wasota guys. AJ ran real good over there with some open motor guys, and I think if the track is right for us, and it's usually pretty racy there, so hopefully we'll have a good crack at it. I'm sure there will be a couple more Western cars there than what we normally race with. And those guys are usually on their game pretty good, so it should be fun.
You know, if we look back to your run with the tour in 2019 and 2020 at Mississippi Thunder Speedway, as I mentioned earlier, you had some good runs, finished 5th and 6th the couple of nights that you were here with the tour. As you look back on those 2 nights at Mississippi Thunder Speedway, can you put your finger on maybe what might have kept you out of, say, the top 3, the top 2, or maybe getting into victory lane?
I think we were just off a little bit. It's a little bit of a tougher track for me to race on. We don't have a lot of tracks like that over by us. Everything we're on is actually just slowed down a lot and a lot slipperier than what that surface is. I mean, I think we have a pretty good car right now. I hope that this will work out. What we kind of been running with here the last couple of weeks will be good over there, but I guess time will tell.
You know, that's interesting. You bring that up, the difference in the tracks that you visit when you're on tour or just when you're, racing around the upper Midwest. Is there a type of track that you prefer? Do you like them flat and slick? Do you like them hammer down and heavy? Do you like high banks? What's the Nick track? When you think about the perfect racetrack, what do you look for?
I don't know. I mean, I just like something that's racy. I mean, as long as you can move around on it in multiple grooves and stuff like that, where you're not just committed to running right around the tires or right up by the wall or something like that where it gets hard to pass. Like I said, racy and some grooves in it. I like going to the different tracks. It's fun. It gets kind of old. I've been racing long enough to just be sitting at the same tracks every weekend. I mean, most of my summer spent around home here with all the stuff we got going on and kids playing ball and stuff like that, so we don't get a chance to go too far too often, but it's fun to get away from home and race with some other guys.
I want to ask you a little bit more about your involvement with the tour and your plans for the remainder of the 2021 season, but first I want to give you an opportunity to tell us who's helping out for this 2021 season by way of sponsors or folks in the hauler or back at the shop. You run down the list and we'll let you go.
All right. My brother and my dad pretty much helped me out here in the shop with the car, and Unique Healthcare Products, Games Club 117, DTR Concrete, Cyber Calf Ranches, Dan Nolan Livestock, Peppermint Josie's, Frank Wallace Flooring, Precision Construction Services, Hank and Karen's Bar, Men Law Firm, MB Customs, Weir's Machine, Schaefer's Oil, and Competition Specialist Racing Engines. That's all of them.
So I think we are 5 events into the 2021 season with the DiscountShopTowels.com Dirt Kings Late Model Touring Series. We've got this Friday night's event at Mississippi Thunder Speedway. Then as you look into August, I think there are 4 events on the schedule, and then there are another 4 scheduled in September. So as you look deep into the schedule with this tour, what are your plans? I mean, you're currently sitting atop the point standings. It's a tight battle between you and Ron Berna. A lot of racing left to go, specifically just on this tour. Do you feel like you're going to hit every tour event for the remainder of the 2021 season?
I think we'll probably hit a good portion of them. It kind of depends on what falls out, especially towards the end of the year in the fall, as far as where we go and who they double up with. That's always a tough time of the year to pick and choose where to go with some bigger money races, especially some of the Wissota stuff that goes on and over by Cedar Lake and stuff like that. So we kind of like to run them tracks. Hopefully this will all go good enough here up until that point, and maybe we'll be able to afford to miss one or two and still hang on to it. But we don't really, I don't really make that decision, I guess, until we get down to the end of the year, and it kind of is what it is.
Aside from the Dirt Kings Late Model Touring Series, are you chasing any other touring series this year, or is it really just kind of as the mood fits you? When a weekend is approaching, you take a look around the upper Midwest or the U.S. and find out where an event might be, and you just head off and hit it?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, we have a pretty decent open motor now, and I'd like to get a little bit better with that thing and running with some of them guys. Maybe we'll do a couple World Outlaw shows here yet, and we have one in Seymour that's right by our house, so we'll be running that for sure, and then probably over to Cedar Lake, and we'll see here in the next couple weeks, maybe possibly going to Superior, but I haven't really decided that one yet. Our schedule is pretty, I don't have anything too set in stone. We kind of just go as we can, and my brother works a lot of hours and kind of gets pulled here and there, so it's kind of depends on that. All of our schedules all hitting at the same time, and everybody's able to go, I guess.
Well, Nick, we are looking forward to you coming over to Mississippi Thunder Speedway this Friday night for the Firecracker 40. Thank you very much for joining us this week on Thunder Talk.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Nick Anvelink is number 15, current point leader in the 2021 DiscountShopTowels.com Dirt Kings Late Model Touring Series Championship standings. It's a tight battle early in the 21 Tour. Ron Berna just 4 points behind him. Brett Swedberg and Justin Ritchie just 4 points behind Burnham. So a lot of racing, a lot of points battling yet to go, and it will fire up this Friday night with the Firecracker 40 at Mississippi Thunder Speedway. Don't forget, you can get all the details online by following the Mississippi Thunder Speedway's social media efforts. And don't forget about the official Mississippi Thunder Speedway website, MississippiThunder.com.
That was Thunder Talk, keeping you up to date on everything going on at Mississippi Thunder Speedway. Thunder Talk is powered by Arcadia Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
You ever notice that when you're on a fishing trip, you drive your boat all the way to the other side of the lake because you think that's where the best fishing is? And the people staying at the cabins on that side of the lake, well, they come and fish where your cabin is. You don't have to drive a long ways to catch the big fish. And at Arcadia Motors, you don't have to drive a long ways to get the best deal on a new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram truck. The best deals are right in the bay next to your cabin. Take the short, scenic drive to Arcadia Motors. ArcadiaDodge.com.